I found out about J Hilburn when I was attending Ultimate Coach University. It was a year-long program for me. I was enrolled to become a certified direct sales, life, and business coach. And I met Jill Kennedy, Amy Mancini, and Angie Howe, and they were talking about this luxury men's clothing company that I had never heard of. And I was like, what? I lived in Dallas for a long time, and I'd not heard of this custom clothing company. And I was wearing Thomas Pink shirts, $200. Then my tailor would rip me off, charge me $75 to make it fit. So I was a great client candidate. And Jill, she asked me, she said, would you be open to getting measured? Okay, you know, what's the harm in that? And so about a month later, we had a new style consultant in Fort Lauderdale, which is where I was living at the time. And she came over and measured me. She was nervous, kind of like I am. And I picked out 10 shirts. And I started doing the math. Okay, math is hard, but it is not that hard. So I picked up the phone, I'm like, Jill, how do you make money doing this? And so she explained the business side, and then she got to that whole MLM part, and I was like, there's the catch. You see, I have friends that are so passionate about their powders and their pills and their potions. I mean, like, seriously passionate. I never could understand how somebody could get so excited about water. But this was different. This was men's fashion, and I could totally rock that. And I was like, I don't care if this is MLM, I am doing it. And I joined J Hilburn, and I didn't even have a shirt yet. So Jill said, what do you want out of this business? And much like Chris, I just wanted to get my own clothes, and I didn't want to pay commission to somebody else. So I went to training. Well, Jill did say, that's not really how we do it. But she let me go to training, and I say the word let, because that's how I felt. I felt like she was kind of bending the rules. And then 3 weeks later, she calls me, and she goes, did anything change? I'm like, no. And she says, well, I'm just curious, would thousands of dollars in promotion bonuses change your mind about building a team? And I said, yes. And it was at that point that I made a decision. I came out of the J Hilburn closet on Facebook. I mean, come on. I hadn't told anybody what I was doing with J Hilburn, and if I wanted that money, I had to tell somebody. So it was like 3 weeks after I came out, and I had 3 partners. And 2 of them are here today. I'd like to thank Tim Good and Janice Langen. Thank you so much. So exciting. And the why has come up. You know, in training, they ask the why, and that's just not my style. You know, I am not touchy-feely. I don't like that whole fluff thing. And so when they were asking about the why, I'm like, no, I know my what. My what is to get really awesome clothes and not pay full price. And they're like, but what's your why? I'm like, no, let's stick with that. But what's interesting is over time, as I built the team, it sort of revealed itself to me that J Hilburn allows me to empower other people to achieve their dreams. I think I just had a feeling. Sorry. Wow, that's taken me by surprise. I'm going to have a menopause hot flash here. But J Hilburn really is the trifecta for me because I get to use my skills in coaching, which I absolutely love. That whole coaching thing, it was to get me to do something different than my day job, which is internet advertising. So much like Chris, you know, I spend lots of money on the internet for my clients, and I get to leverage that experience with my J Hilburn business. And then I get to work in fashion, and really, that's my passion. But building a team, wow, that required a whole different mindset. Because I was working full-time, I was going to school part-time, I was building my J Hilburn business. Now I was going to bring on new partners and have to train and mentor and coach them. I only had 20 hours a week. So I had to think differently. And the first thing, and write this down, that's what Karen tells me, if it's important, write this down. The first thing I did is I shifted from me to we. What do my partners want, and how can I support them to get that? The second thing was to be intentional about engaging my partners. When and how often. You know, it's surprising that not every partner logs into the green room, watches all the videos, downloads all the resources, prints them out, and knows everything before they go to training. So intentionally engaging them and spoon-feeding information and not vomiting over them so that they get overwhelmed. We held weekly training calls for the AP wannabes. You know, you met a certain level, you got a partner, and then there was weekly training and weekly coaching. And then we implemented systems because we just couldn't wing it anymore. And I blocked my calendar, 30 minutes a week with each of my directs that was open to coaching. And we would talk about their goals and focus and accountability. And you know, I don't know if anybody else out there has resisted calendar blocking. Anybody? I couldn't tell you how many times I heard about calendar blocking. Jill would challenge me to block my calendar, and I'd flat out tell her no. I didn't need anybody telling me what to do or when to do it. And then I tried it. I didn't have any appointments. I had a day blocked for J Hilburn, but I didn't have like hours blocked off. And I thought, well, I'm going to put my recruiting hat on, and I'm just going to have a power hour to see if I can get a new partner. And I got a partner. I was like, wow, this stuff works. And I had conviction. And what I found was that if I don't believe in something, then why would my team? And so I started walking the walk. You know, I want them to sell $2,000 a month. I sold $2,000 a month. I want them to recruit intentionally, then I recruit intentionally. And I love it when they have their own aha. You know that moment when they surrender and they try one of these proven tools and systems and it works? I'm not going to mention any names, Heidi Drummond, but Heidi trained at conference last year. So she was my only partner here, and she trained. And she was seriously resistant to building a team because she knew how to do MLM. She'd done tons of them. And then she tried it. She realized I don't have to be the perfect sponsor before I start. I can practice along the way. And she has 13 people on her team right now. Heidi, you're a dear friend of mine, and I am so grateful to have you on my team. And what I think you have demonstrated, that I've watched your journey, is this phrase that you've heard before: shift happens. I have to be really careful how I articulate that. Shift happens. And, you know, we've talked about resurrecting the dead. It's easier to give birth, just not yet, Brittany. But I don't necessarily believe in giving up hope. The sixth thing is our culture on our team is about goal setting. Serious, intensive. I'm a coach. It's going to be about the goal. Where do you want to be in 3 months? What does that look like monthly? And then what are the weekly activities that you're committed to doing to roll up and get that goal? And the best part, every one of them that plays, because they don't all play, their goals roll up and they support me in my journey to know where my goals are going to go. And if there's a gap, great, I get to get more partners. Fill the gap. Now I want you to indulge me in a little tactic here. I've heard that, you know, the goal is really important from some of my partners. I want to know, first of all, think of your next really important goal. Now take a deep breath and hold it. Now I want you to think about, what would I be doing differently if this goal of mine is as important as the next breath he hasn't given me permission to take? Go ahead and breathe. If your goal is so important as your next breath, what would you be doing differently that you're not doing today? And sometimes my partners will tell me, oh, it's really important. Really? How important is it? What would you give up if you don't get that goal? Oh, you want me to risk something? Sure, if you want to play. What do you want to give up? I had a partner who said, I'm going to get this goal or I'm not drinking wine for an entire month. I heard gasps. I swear I heard gasps out there. That is a risk for some people. Oh, Dale, I wasn't going to mention you, hon. She got her goal 2 months in a row, and she goes, you know what, I don't think this is working. I said, I think it is. We declare our goals, but we also share them. And Larry mentioned, to me, if you don't tell people where you want to go, if you don't tell them what your goals are, what you're committed to, that is what I call a hope, want, and a wish. And you can watch Disneyland for that, or Disney. If you want to really move forward, then tell people where you want to go, and they can help you get there. We state the goal as if it's already happened. So when we declare our goal, there's this whole power of the subconscious. And so my current goal that I'm focused on or before October 31st, 2013, I promoted to senior managing partner. Thank you. Now my brain is going, no, you didn't. And my subconscious later on is going to try and figure out how to make that a true statement. Because I just declared a goal. And I shared it in front of a couple of J Hilburn people. And I got to get to work. I'd like to thank Michael's Mavericks, my team who... I get goosebumps just seeing you all together. There's people there that I don't even know. Like, I know them, but I'd never met them. You cannot promote to managing partner without having partners who are engaged. It just is not possible. And I will say that the name, you know, the second runner-up was Gold Diggers, which I thought was kind of clever. But I am so grateful because you just can't promote without a great team, and you guys are phenomenal. And I'm so grateful that you saw the value in conference and that you're investing in yourself and in your business. And at the risk of crying, because I don't want anybody to walk out, I am so grateful to my sponsor, Jill Kennedy. Wow, you have been an amazing leader, friend, trainer, coach. Sometimes I feel like you're my mom when you're like, now, Michael. But Jill, you have kept me focused, and I am so grateful. Thank you. And having that upline that is there for you, Christina Vidal and Heather Webb. My upline between Jill and myself. My team doubled in size in January. I didn't have time to deal with such a big team, and they stepped up and they gave of their time and their energy and they supported my team, and I am so thankful that you guys are there for us. So last year at conference, I'm sitting out there and I'm thinking, much like Chris, wow, we need more testosterone up there. And it's awesome to see more testosterone out here. One of the other things that I saw was Ginger Williams and Trish Mitchell on stage talking about how they have meetings together and they're not even on the same team, and they're sharing marketing materials. They're leveraging their experience and knowledge, and I was like, what a novel concept. Here's this freeway that all these leaders have paid for us, and why am I going to be in the ditch whacking weeds when I could be on the freeway? And so I was like, I want that. Jill and Amy Mancini were doing it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. So I reached out to other leaders in the Dallas market. Tanya Boughton, Dina Prokos, Amber Monter. Oh my gosh, they are so amazing. And we get together. We have a mastermind group. Once a month, we get together. We declare our goals. We share them. We hold each other accountable. And you know what's awesome? Is the power of our group's alliance is greater than that of when I am alone. After JHLS 2, Kim Barnes, Darby Jolly, and I were reflecting on this Joyce Strimple from Houston, who was talking about what they're doing in Houston, where they have these monthly meetings and anybody can go. I'm like, whoa, anybody? You're not protective of your territory? And Donna Alley and Stephanie Fitzgerald and Margot Sarah, they're all doing this in Houston, and we wanted that. So you know what? We created it. It's called J Hilburn Workshops. It's first Mondays. It's held on first Monday of every month. If you're in Dallas or you have partners or potential partners in Dallas, please send them because we're doing opportunity previews. We're doing training, support, a sense of community. Now, looking back, what do I know now that I didn't believe back then? You know that touchy-feely why thing? I thought that that was some Jedi multi-level marketing mind trick that was going to be used against me to get me to do the things that my upline wanted me to do. Because she's evil that way. But that simply is not the case. There's an author of The Golden Circle. His name is Simon Sinek. And he said that people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Well, if I don't know why I'm selling J Hilburn, then why would anybody buy from me? And if I don't know why I want to build a team, why would anyone want to be on it? Now, I want to be honest here because I've been lying the whole time. Kidding. I love it when people say, well, let me be honest. Well, what was the last hour? Sorry, I digress. So this was my movie trailer. You know, it's the best part of the movie. And I want you to know that I didn't talk about that month that I had 28 partners and 11 of them didn't sell. I didn't talk about it not because it didn't happen, but because I believe that we gravitate towards what we focus on. So why not focus on the things I want to accomplish and the places I want to go? And some of you may be sitting there going, oh, my movie is like B. It's a B-rated movie. But here's the thing, you lived through the making of your movie, so you know the bad acting, you know the plot points that you didn't really like, but here's the deal. You are the screenwriter of your movie, and you do not have to settle for your first draft. So I challenge you to rewrite your movie until you have a blockbuster. And enjoy the journey along the way and enjoy it in style. Thank you.